John, come on over. Take a seat. We'll chat a little bit. The great Jon Sandler. It sounded good, man.
Thanks, man.
You get into it. You're dancing around there.
I got a little into it.
You're dancing around like you know what you're doing up there.
No. Don't be fooled.
No, that sounded great. Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York.
Oh, yeah? What town?
Yeah, a little town called Niskayuna.
Now, where's that by?
Near
what?
Albany.
Near Albany, okay.
Yeah.
You ever play the Egg Theater up there?
Which theater?
The Egg Theater, you know the Egg?
Yes, I know. I've actually performed at the Egg.
Yeah, I've performed there a bunch of times. I got to tell you, you wouldn't think Albany, but I've been all over the country doing stand-up. The Egg's one of my favorite venues.
It's cool. Yeah, it's
really
unique.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing this for?
I mean, I've been writing songs since I was about 9 and performing out since high school. This current band's been together now for a little over 3 years.
How old are you now?
I'm 18. No.
Well, you look young. You look 18.
I know. I look. Yeah, I'm actually 29.
Well, you know, so you've been writing songs for 20 years.
Pretty much, yeah.
How does that happen? How do you start writing songs at 9 years old? Like, what makes you do that?
That's the thing. It just was what I wanted to do.
You're born with it.
Exactly. Yeah. I never said I want to write songs. I just sort of started writing them.
Music is a talent I don't have, and I love music, man. The worst times in my life, I get through it with music and all different types and stuff.
Same.
The one talent I'd love to have is, I mean, whatever. Just pick up a guitar and just play a song that I like. Not even a song that I wrote or whatever. Just a song that I like, just to get through it. But listening to it can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Having the talent to actually perform it, has that just like, you know, helped you from jumping off a cliff at times?
At times, yeah. I mean, writing can certainly be therapeutic. And I would write even if I couldn't perform. But I love to perform. It's my favorite thing. So I'm happy that I'm able to do it and that I like to do it. Because, you know, some people are like stage fright and they don't want to perform, but I want to and I love it. And so it's all good. But it's funny you say that because I was watching you talk about sports before.
Right.
Saying that's something I can't do. I can't sit around and talk about football for an hour. I don't know enough. Like,
it's funny. I don't know much about it.
Set.
I don't know much about it either. It's just I'm a better just bull-ass artist. That's my talent.
Gotcha.
Now, who were your guys that you loved growing up?
Wow. I mean, like Michael Jackson is a huge influence. Like bands like the Talking Heads. I love like charismatic songwriters who can also perform and
David Byrne's
blow people away.
Special,
Absolutely,
yeah. You know, it's funny watching the Grammys the other night. I tried to watch it a little bit because I have this job, and I thought maybe I'd try to comment on it or something, but I didn't realize how many different types of bands there are. When you listen to the radio, all you hear are, you know, a Britney Spears or a Kelly Clarkson or a rap song. And I realize there's a lot of guys out there who actually pick up a guitar, play the piano, and are doing what you guys do. Having this show, Guitar Center, has sent me over a lot of great bands that I didn't realize are still out there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of good. It's funny, like even on the Grammys, you see such a wide range of music, but I feel like even on the Grammys, you don't see half of what's out there. You know, there's so much good music, and basically what you're seeing on the Grammys are still like the hits, you know, and there's so much else. But I know what you mean, yeah.
What is there a favorite like new band right now that you like?
Oh man, I don't know. Like, I guess this isn't new anymore, but I really liked Bon Iver for a while. I was listening to them.
I don't even know who that is. I'm 45 years old. You got to give me a break. So, you know, really, I feel my age when I talk about. Now, I have a girlfriend who's your age. My girlfriend's 29.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, man.
They say you're only as old as the girl you date.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
is
someone
that true?
said that recently. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully one day I'll be 18 again. But anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Just kidding, sweetie. Just kidding. No, really, and she's the greatest part of my life. She really is, and I'm not just saying that because it just turned Valentine's Day. No, she really is.
It is.
She is amazing. She keeps me young, but you know, they always said in the '60s, obviously the Woodstock generation and the Frank Sinatra generation, there was this huge generation gap, and then I think there was a big one in the '70s too, but. The generation gap between somebody my age, 45, and your age right now is bigger than any in history. And I'm going to say it's because of hip-hop type music and technology.
Totally,
You know, phones, Twitter, all this different thing. It is so crazy different. There's a different language out there.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. But the way, not only in music, but in comedy, you guys have been able to use, like, do you use social media a lot?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would tweet as much as I do.
Right.
That I would be looking and checking and posting on Facebook as much as I do.
You
but
hate
it's
to admit it, but
so important.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but it
Totally.
gets addictive. Well, you know, I went away for a while. I had some issues that some musicians have had. I was a bit of a heroin addict. And
what musicians? I'm not familiar.
No, I had some problems, and I went away for a couple of years, and I got back about a year and a half ago. And my agents and managers, great guys, they stuck with me, and they said, Art, you know, this sort of was around when you went away, but now you're really. They're like, because I was anti the whole social media thing.
Right.
They go, I have a new book that I wrote that's coming out, and I plug stand-up gigs on the road. And they said, listen, there's no choice anymore, man. You have to tweet.
Absolutely.
You have to. There's no way around it. It's the way stuff's promoted nowadays. So I started doing it, and I kind of got into it. But I love, as a comic, the negative comments. The only thing I retweet are negative comments.
Sure.
And the simple negative ones are one of my favorite things ever was one of my favorite guys, Bruce Springsteen, right?
Okay.
So I'm at a Springsteen concert in Philly this past summer, and I let myself get carried away with myself, and I dropped the cynical comedian thing, and I got kind of sentimental, and I took a picture of Springsteen singing Thunder Road.
Sure.
And I took another picture of him singing Backstreet and stuff. Bruce singing Backstreet reminds me of being a kid. Bruce singing Thunder Road reminds me of my first girlfriend. And I'm thinking, the guys on Twitter, they're with me and stuff. And I look at the first comments from some 19-year-old kid in Philly, and this is what it says. Nobody cares about your stupid pictures, fatso.
I think that person is using Twitter correctly. I think.
I want to be mad at the kid, but God, I loved him. That's the only thing I retweeted the whole night. Nobody cares about your stupid pictures, fatso. And when you think about it, he's right. Who cares?
That's amazing.
Some bozo 45-year-old morbidly obese moron who's getting sentimental about Thunder Road. I mean, grow up, for crying out loud.
Well, wait, that's a perfect segue. I actually brought something for you.
You did?
Yeah. So that song was called Late Night Champ. Our album's called Late Night Champ.
Yeah.
That whole thing started because I wrote a song called Late Night Champ. And I wrote it because simply I like to stay up late. And I get my best thinking done late. I like to do things late at night.
Creatively too, right? Me too.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's since sort of evolved into a thing where it's like a way of life or like a state of mind. And people come up to me and they say, I'm also a late night champ. And it's more than just being about staying up late.
Right.
And so I thought it was my responsibility to sort of bestow late night champ honors onto other people.
Oh, really? Okay.
And you, I feel like, are very deserving for the first ever, for the first ever.
You're kidding me.
Jon Sandler Late Night Champ Trophy. I mean, just the fact that it's like 12:30 right now. It's actually late. So that's for you.
You have no idea.
And so you are Late Night Champ.
Let me tell you something, John. You realize I've been in show business 20 years. I've never won a thing. And this is like as close as I've come to an Oscar.
I mean, I think it's bigger than one.
I gotta tell
physically.
You, in the true late night champ style, do you know in the old days, do you know how many lines of Coke I could cut up with this thing? If I ever relapse, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get a mirror.
That would mean so much to me. I would be so honored if that.
If I ever relapse on the Blowzine, I am going to take my late night champ trophy and in honor of you, let's stay up later.
You could carve my name in it.
Let's make a Jon Sandler line. Let's stay up later. That is
Perfect.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you. I want to thank my mother and my agent and my manager. Thank you, buddy. We're going to put that is going to be displayed wonderfully.
Amazing.
John, so what do you got coming up? You got road gigs? Anything you want to plug? Or
actually, we have a show in New York City on Friday, which is now tomorrow,
right?
The 15th at Rockwood Music Hall.
Okay,
we're playing at 10 o'clock, And then this is kind of exciting. I haven't even really told anybody about this yet, but I'm going to play in London for about 9 days.
That's
and
great.
We leave on Saturday.
That's awesome. I did stand up in London once, something Comedy Central sponsored once, and it was great to just perform overseas. It's funny. It wasn't because I was particularly funny, but I killed because of my accent.
Right.
As soon as I said, "Hey, how you doing, guys?" I went, "Ah." They said, "You sound like Tony Soprano." And
That's funny.
so I did all right, but that's good. What a great experience.
I should work on a shtick, like a Jersey.
I heard you. You'll be fine with your songs alone.
Okay, cool.
You did a great job. Well,
Thank you so much.
Congrats and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
How
This
do
is
we
great.
find you on Twitter?
On Twitter, I'm at Jon Sandler.
At Jon Sandler.
And then Facebook, Jon Sandler Music.
Okay. Well, thanks for the award, guys. Thanks for coming. Good luck with everything. Jon, thanks,
Thank you
buddy.
so much.
Jon Sandler, look for him. We'll be back with more of the Artie Lange Show.